Every word that's coloured in, the centres, the gates and the channels, this is the energies your soul has chosen to embody. You have it sustainable, you have it consistent, and you're radiating it out to everybody else. Okay, you're learning how to master the energies and to share it. It just happens automatically. Okay, so if you're in a low frequency, you're sharing low frequency energy. If you're in a high frequency, you're sharing high frequency energy. Less choice, okay? Everywhere in your chart that you are open, okay, so all of these centers, all of the channels and the gates, the hanging gates, the other side where you're open, it doesn't mean that you can't experience these archetypes, but how you experience them is from other people that you're around, or if we're connecting like this, it happens like this as well, that have that definition. So what you're doing in your openness is taking in that archetype and you're actually amplifying that energy. So you're experiencing it even more intensely as the person who embodies that energy. Okay, so this gets really interesting. Every word that's open in the chart means that you're taking on energy for other people and you're feeling it more intensely, and you have to manage this energy. But the thing is, when you leave that person's energy field, that energy eventually leaves you. You don't get to, it's like going into a big supermarket like Tesco or Lidl or whatever, and you have this huge range of choice, and you can go and choose what energies you want to play with and experience them, but you kind of hold on to it. You don't know, it's not like a definition for you. So what it gets interesting is when your soul lands in your little baby body with the parents that you've chosen to go through this karmic experience with, to learn and to grow, because your parents is where you get all of that formative 7 years, okay, where all the stuff gets, the belief systems and all of that gets formed. Depending on what your parents' design is, the easiest one here is to explain this emotional solar plexus. I have an open emotional solar plexus. So what that means is I'm an emotional empath. I feel other people's emotions really intensely. So imagine coming into a household with somebody that has a defined emotional solar plexus. They have emotional energy that is always flowing through them consistently, and it flows in a wave. Sometimes they're at the high expression of their wave, sometimes at the low expression. So they're always giving emotional energy out. If a parent is at the low expression of their wave and they're really angry, for an example, it's the easiest one, or really sad, like in depression, grief, that little baby is going to feel it really, really intensely. And the thing is, we kind of leave that experience. We're stuck with these parents, right? We're like, oh my God, how do I cope with this emotional energy? And so it creates all of these patterns in order to cope with that experience. So a big theme, for example, in the emotional solar plexus, people pleasing or avoiding conflict at all costs. Yeah, becoming a joker. So if I can keep them happy, I don't get to feel all this really intensely. Okay, so that's the easiest one to explain. But it's the same for all of the different centers. So I have all of this openness here in my chart, which made it really quite challenging for me. I had, yeah, some people just isolate themselves. If you have a really open chart, you're basically taking in everybody else's energy and you're experiencing it, and you're having to learn how to cope with that.